Okay, hello everyone. This is Mark here. I'm gonna make a very quick video, short and sweet. This is a 2008 Volkswagen Passat 2.0 liter. Problem that this vehicle has is inside of the reservoir. Oh, it's empty now because I took all the parts off, but let's look down in there. See all that? Milky, chocolate, brown. Oh, here's some down here. See that? Running out of the hose? That's what we're talking about here today. Now, the reason why I'm making this video is not to show someone or assist someone how to fix the problem with the oil mixing in the reservoir overflow container. The, the purpose of this video is to make sure that no one makes the mistake of not actually changing the parts that cause the problem. So I'll do it real quick, and I hope this helps. Okay, so first off, you do have to remove the intake plenum and everything else involved with that. If you're going into this job, obviously you already know that. Now, here's why everything is important. You have three things. You have four things that are very important that need to be addressed before you button everything up. Now, let's go with number one. It's usually the main culprit. Let's go with number one. This item right here. Okay. Now, here's a used one for the purpose of showing you and explaining what it looks like. Okay. As you can see, this is the side where the oil is, and this is the seal that was on it. So that means someone has already been in here and put this seal on here. Oil seeps through this and it gets to the other side, and the other side is where your antifreeze comes through and they mix. Okay. Now, keep in mind what I said. This is a 2008. If this was a 2006, it has a transmission cooler on top of the motor, and that usually mixes to create the same situation. Anyone that wants that video, all you have to do is just send me a message. I'll show you that video. It's a little bit more detailed. But this one, I'm going to talk about some other things. So now, since we got that out of the way, let's go into number two. Number two, this unit right here. Okay? Now, I have one that's already disassembled, so I'm going to show you exactly the components that are important. Okay, here it is. This right here, that's your temperature sensor. Okay? Now, this is all the way down inside of there. You will never get this out unless you take all this out. Okay? So, make sure you get a new temperature sensor. That's the first thing. Now, secondly, this is a housing, a complete housing, okay? And you notice it has a gear on it, okay? This is a pump, all right? Now, even though the pumps do go bad, it's typically related to heat situations. So, it is belt driven, not chain driven. So let me show you the belt. Here's the belt right here. Okay. Now I'm gonna take this off so you can see what's going on behind it. Okay. Now this is the bad one. Okay. See that? Inside of this housing is the next item up, which is your thermostat. Your thermostat is inside of this housing. If you replace this pump over here and do not replace your thermostat, I don't have to tell you what you would be. So let's not do that. Okay, let's get that thermostat changed. Now, here is where the oil and the antifreeze has mixed. You see that? Now that's right below the intake plenum. You see those two areas there? It's not supposed to mix in there. Okay? That's why you do not see it on your dipstick. Alright? That's why you do not see it on your dipstick. Now, here is where the belt drives from. Okay? And you notice there's a lot of dirt and gunk and stuff down in that area. Don't be too concerned about cleaning it out too well. Okay? Because you don't want that shaft to be exposed to a lot of harsh chemicals and water and etc. It has a cover that comes over top of it like this. So you don't really see that. So it's kind of protected. But the last item up is this belt. As all belts on any situation, extreme heat, excessive torque and everything, it gets worn out. And that about does it for this particular vehicle. That's all I have for you. Okay, so I'm not here to tell you how to put this back together or how to take it apart. I'm quite sure you can figure that out if you plan on doing this kind of job anyway. So you can get this cleaned up, but just keep in mind, not too much. And here is the one I'm going to take off. It's right there. Okay? And yes, I am going to scrape all this stuff off and put a new gasket. I didn't do that. So please, no negative comments about the gasket. I understand it needs to be replaced with an OEM gasket. Alright, so any more questions in regards to this type of job, feel free to comment and just let me know if I left anything out. Oh, one more thing. To get this off, you see that, right? Most people, I guess, you might forget. This is what you need right here. A 12-point triple square. See that spline bit socket set? This one was pretty cheap, so you can order it from wherever you like. But the one that I used to get that off was a 10 mil right here. All right, so that's what I used. Once again, you can use whatever you like, but you do not have to take off the alternator. You do not have to take off the entire housing bracket. All you have to worry about doing is taking off your intake plenum. That's all. Nothing else. Okay, so whatever your method is for taking that off, that's all you have to do. All right, and once you get that off, you can get down in there and you can get this thing fixed. There's so much. Look at that in there. See? So once you change this unit here and you change this unit here and you flush this out in here and you change this belt here, you might be in good shape. So you give that a try first. Of course, your thermostat and your sensor. I mentioned that earlier. So that's about it, you guys. So good luck with it. Don't give up on the car. Your car's engine is not blown. You don't have a busted head gasket. Okay. If you have a blown head gasket, check your dipstick first and see the condition of your dipstick before you write your car off. All right. And I'm out.